But it turns out we're not just taking a second look at John Mark Karr. The science, now that my kid is 18 years smarter. And the DNA testing is that much better. And that's where his DNA is going now. It is going to a new advanced and innovative DNA testing lab specializing in innovative genetic genealogy. That's the key, ain't it? Because when my kid was born, genetic genealogy wasn't really a thing. Yeah, 23andMe didn't really exist, right? We didn't know about that stuff. And now we do. So here's the thing. Has he been under our noses all along? Could it really be him? You probably heard about a month ago that Steve Helling, reporter for The Messenger, one of the best crime reporters out there, got an interview with John Mark Karr in which John Mark Karr said everyone was so quick to say I was a liar or delusional. Did it ever occur to someone that I might have been trying to protect someone else? So there was that news a month ago with Steve Helling, and now there's this news from guess who? Steve Helling. And he joins me live. He's a senior crime reporter for The Messenger. Steve, you keep breaking news on this case. I am so curious about the potential for John Mark Karr to be relevant again. Tell me what you know.
Well, so what we know for sure is that, they're retesting this DNA. You had John Ramsey on the show just the other night. We all know that they're retesting it. And, I spoke with the authorities, and they're saying, we know it's not going to be any member of the Ramsey family. That's clear because, there are reports from 26 years ago that say that it wasn't one of the Ramseys. So they're saying it's got to be somebody else who would have broken in. And so they're looking at everybody. And John Mark Karr is going to be one of those people who they're going to look at again. And, I can't believe that you and I are having this conversation in 2023, but here we are. And, is it going to be John Mark Karr? We don't know, but they have to check it again.
So I'm reading as well, and great reporting, by the way. And you always have great reporting, but this is really terrific stuff that they're also testing other evidence. I don't know if you know what other evidence or if it's other evidence related to John Mark Karr, but I'm just wondering if it's like, well, let's just go over all the suspects and let's open up the books again, or if it's more pointed, deliberate, and there's something we don't know that makes this beyond let's just take a second look at him.
There could be something that we don't know. What I would say is that they made the mistake before of just focusing on the Ramsey family for, 12 years, when they could have.
Well, Patsy died under a cloud of suspicion, under the umbrella of suspicion. They could have cleared her in 2 weeks.
Exactly. And they didn't. So I think now what they're doing is they're saying, okay, we're not even going to go down that route again because, clearly that was a dead end. Let's do what we should have done in 1996. Let's do what we should have done when John Mark Karr came out in 2005. So let's go through this again. And what we do know is when I interviewed John Mark Karr a few weeks ago, as I'm listening to him, I'm thinking, well, he knows some things, other things he doesn't know. I don't know the answer to it, and neither does anybody else. But what I would say is that I agree with the FBI, who said at the time that they had cut him loose just a little bit too soon.
Too soon. Yeah, I'm with you. Hey, speaking of too soon, when they cut him loose, a lot of us just lost track of him. We figured he just kind of melted back into weirdo land. But you have some reporting on what he's actually been up to and where he's been living. What do you know?
So I had a 3-hour conversation with him, and he was in a high-rise somewhere in Europe, is what he told me. And, from my tracking of what I could find, that tracked with what I knew. We talked, he went on and on about things. And, the thing is, as you know, Ashleigh, the longer that you talk to somebody, the more they let slip, just in talking. And so, I know that it's somewhere in Western Europe. I know he's in a city. I know that he, there was all this talk that he had, transitioned and had undergone a gender reassignment. He says that's not true. It was kind of it was a very interesting phone conversation, to say the least.
What about this nugget that he may have worked as someone's nanny? Is that true?
He had worked as a nanny. He is not now, but he did. Around 2009, 2010. His resume appeared online back then, as I recall, where he was looking for a job like that. That's not what he's doing now. He was a little bit cagey. I don't know what he's doing to make ends meet now. He wouldn't really get into that. He really wanted just to keep bringing the conversation back to JonBenét Ramsey.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.